Dear student, myself Rajendra Asiri. I am assistant professor in computer science department at Government Bangad PG College, Daytona. In the previous lecture, we discussed various concepts about cryptography and network security. We discussed what is basic meaning of cryptography, how to secure our message while it is in communication, how to apply various type of cyber algorithms, right? So we have discussed Hill cipher, we have discussed additive cipher, affine cipher, Varnam cipher. In continuation to this series, in today's lecture, we will be focusing on a new type of concept called as one-time pad, right? So in one-time pad, as the name implies, here what we do, suppose our message is of 5 bit, right? So we will take a key of 5 bit and we will apply some mechanism, some logic gate mechanism. The logic gate is XOR. So XOR will be done with message with the key, and the output generated will be called as ciphertext. So now we will discuss in detail. So one time pad, which is probably a secure crypto system. Crypto system means which have a plain text, which have a corresponding generated ciphertext, which have a key, encryption algorithm as well as decryption algorithm. So 5 components are there. At the sender end, we are having a plain text. On the plain text, we will apply a key in encryption algorithm. So in encryption algorithm, there are two inputs. First is plain text and second is key sequence. So both will be used, and it will generate a output that is called as ciphertext. Now ciphertext will carries throughout the communication medium, and it will delivered at the receiver end. Now at the receiver, the ciphertext is further given as input in the decryption algorithm, and to decrypt this ciphertext, and in order to get corresponding plain text, we need to apply key sequence with the ciphertext. So ciphertext and key sequence will act as input in decryption algorithm, and it will generate a corresponding plain text. So this is all about the secure crypto system. We have discussed this already in the previous lecture. We have just recap in this particular lecture. Now, so one-time pad is a secure crypto system. It is developed by a scientist Gilbert Vernon in 1918. Clear? The message is represented in a binary string, a sequence of zeros and ones using a coding mechanism called as ASCII coding. ASCII stand for American Standard Code for Information Interchange, right? Now, what do you mean by ASCII? So just I am giving an example. Every alphabet is having a corresponding code called as ASCII code. Suppose in in a programming language, suppose C program or any other programming language, ASCII code is having a value corresponding to every alphabet. Capital A is having ASCII code 65, and small a is having a ASCII code 97. Capital Z is having a ASCII code 90, and small z is having ASCII code 122. So in order to convert capital letter into small letter, we have to add 32 ASCII code. Means capital A is having 65, small a is having 97. The difference is 32. So in order to convert capital to small case letter, we need to add capital A 65. To convert into small a, that is 97, we need to add 32. So the difference is 32. Similarly, vice versa, means if we want to convert small case letter into capital letter, means 97, that is small a, in order to convert it into capital A, that is 65, we need to subtract 32. So in this manner, we can convert capital letter into small letter or small letter into capital letter, right? So suppose our message is if or our message is suppose capital A and capital Z. This is our message. I am just taking a marker. Our message is capital A and capital Z. So capital A is having a ASCII code 65. Capital Z is having a ASCII code 90. Now these are the code. Now 65 and 90 are the ASCII code. Now we have to convert this 65 into zeros and one binary system. So how to convert a value into binary system? We need to divide by 2. Suppose 65 we are having, so we need to keep on dividing by 2. If you divide by 2, so the remainder will be 3 2, 3 2 will be and the dividend, and 1 is the remainder. Similarly, divide by 2, 16, remainder is 0. Now in this manner we will do until the subtraction or until the division will be completed, right? And then it will be remainder 0. Then up to that point, starting from bottom, we need to go upside, and the values will be, suppose I have the value, 5, and I want a corresponding binary. So dividing by 2, result is 2, remainder is 1. Dividing by 2 again, result is 1, remainder is 0. Dividing by 2, remainder is 1, result is 0. So the output will be 0 1 0 1, or we can say 101. So it is corresponding binary sequence of the value 5, and 5 is what? ASCII code, right? So here we are having ASCII code for capital S 65. So 65 will be converted into 0 and 1s, and 0 and 1s will be used with the key sequence, and both will be done XOR, and XOR final output will be our ciphertext, one time paired ciphertext, right? So now we will do step by step, and then after that we will take an example, right? So now the message is represented as a binary string, a sequence of zeros and ones in a coding mechanism such as ASCII coding mechanism, right? Now what is the key length? Key length is equal to the message length. And what is key? Key is basically a random sequence of zeros and ones in the same length as the message, right? Now the how to do the encryption? In encryption we require our message. Our message is in the form of alphabet. Alphabet is converted into ASCII code. ASCII code is further converted into binary sequence. So our message is finally converted into binary sequence, right? So we are having message in the form of binary sequence, binary form, right? First point. Second point, we require now key. So key is also a random sequence of zeros and ones. Means randomly we will put zeros and ones. How many zeros and ones? Equal to the number of bits in the plain text message. So our message is also in the zeros and ones binary form, and our key is also in the form of zeros and ones. So now we will do encryption. Now what is encryption in case of one time paired? We need to apply XOR bit by bit with what? With message binary sequence and the key sequence, right? So now the encryption is done by adding the key to the message modulo 2. Modulo 2 means here we are doing what? Bit by bit. And second thing is that our input is in the form of bits. It means the maximum possible value in binary system is 1 and minimum is 0. So that's why we need to do modulo 2. Because the base of binary system is 2. Base 2 means the maximum value cannot be 2. Maximum value can be less than the base. So minimum value is starting from 0 and maximum value is 1 because base is 2. So less than 2 is 1. So 0 and 1 are possible values. That's why we are doing modulo 2. And it is done bit by bit. It means suppose our message is 101 and key sequence is 001. So we will do 1 and 0, then 0 and 0, and then 1 and 1. Means bit by bit we will apply XOR mechanism. Now what is XOR? So XOR symbol of XOR is plus and then circle. This is the symbol of XOR. Now how to perform? So in binary system we are having two possible values, 0 and 1, and two inputs are there because XOR is two input and one output type of logic gate. So two input means maximum possible combination of input can be 4: 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1, or in other way we can say false 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 true true false and true true. Clear? Now in order to check the output we need to generate a truth table. So now in XOR, the definition of XOR says that if the inputs are same then the output will be 0. If input are same, then output is 0. Input are same means if both the input are 0 0, then output will be 0, and if both the input are 1, then also output will be 0. So first point is clear. First point says in XOR that if both the input are same, then output will be 0. So XOR is generally used to check the equality of two values. Means if both the values are same, then their XOR will be 0. It means we can say both the values are same. So to check the equality, generally XOR is used. Second point about XOR is that 0 output is clear to all of you, right? Now second point says that in XOR, if both the input are different means first is 0, second is 1, or first is 1, second is 0. If both the input are different, then output will be 1. Clear? So when will be output of the XOR will be 0? When both the input are same. When will be the output of the XOR will be 1? When both the input is different, right? Different means 0 1 or 1 0, right? This is all about XOR. Now, one example we are taking. Suppose we are having a message if. So I is having a separate ASCII code, F is having a separate ASCII code. So I ASCII code is, suppose we are starting from 65. So 65, I is at which position? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I is at 9 position. So ASCII code will be 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. So I am just using marker. 73 is ASCII code for what? I. A, B, C, D, E, F. F is having 6th position. So ASCII code will be 65, 66, 67, 68, 69 and 70. 70 is for, this is for I, this is for I, and this is for what? F. Now 73 will be divided by 2 and it will be converted into binary. Similarly 70 is also converted into binary. So 73 corresponding binary bits is 1001001. It is corresponding binary of what? 73 of I. Means I is converted into ASCII code, that is 73, and 73 is further converted into binary. Similarly F is having a corresponding ASCII code what? 70, and 70 is further converted into binary, right? So this is corresponding to 73 and this is corresponding to what? 70, and 73 is corresponding to what? I, and 70 is corresponding to what? F, right? So our message is converted finally into what? Binary. Now key, length of key will be equal to the message length. Means in the message we are having suppose 12 bit, then key also will be having 12 bit. In message we are having, suppose here we are having in message 3 4 5 6 7 and 7, 14 bits are there in the message. So similarly in key also there will be having 14 bits, right? So key we are having, message we are having, in which form? Binary form. Now what we have to do, in order to generate ciphertext we need to XOR message with the key, right? So now see step by step. Our plain text, this is our plain text in the form of binary. Key, random sequence of zeros and ones having same length equal to the message length in the form of binary, right? Now ciphertext. So how to generate the ciphertext? Apply plain text with the key, which XOR method, right? So XOR says both the input 0, then output will be 0. Both the input are 1, then output will be 0. Both the input are different, then output will be 1. So now see here, 1 and 1, both the input are same, then 0. 0 0, both the input are same, 0. 0 1 different, then 1. 1 0 different, then 1. 0 1, then 1, and so on. In this manner we can get the ciphertext, right? This is the encryption method. Now at the receiver end we apply which method? Decryption. In decryption we are having ciphertext input and we are having what? Key and ciphertext will be applied to what? Decryption algorithm, and it will generate what? Plain text. And in decryption what we have to do? We have to XOR. Means XOR of what? Ciphertext and the key. So ciphertext and key will be XORed and it will generate the corresponding plain text. So in this manner, we can apply one-time pad and we can convert our plain text into ciphertext, and vice versa, we can convert our ciphertext into again plain text. So in this manner, one-time pad or one-name cipher is very helpful to ensure the security. Thanks a lot. In upcoming lecture, we will put some more light on different type of cryptographic concept. Thank you.